Hello, bruv. We got books, bruv. Lots of them. I still haven't caught up from last week's haul, but here we go. V, the terrifying novel based on the full 10-hour NBC miniseries. A.C. Crispin, author of Yesterday's Sun. They arrived. Try to resist, bruv. They arrived. Tens of thousands of extraterrestrial beings in huge spaceships the size of a modern metropolis. They came from a dying planet. All they wanted in exchange for their vast knowledge of science and technology was a small share of the Earth's natural resources. Theirs was a mission of peace, and mankind believed them until they began to multiply into an army of alien invaders. Yeah. I could have waited till tomorrow to buy this book for 30 cents, but I went all out and spent $17 to buy, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 books. So yeah, less than $1 each, but $17. I could have got them for, 60. Anyway, about $10. Because I did get a discount, but not the discount I wanted. These books, these little sci-fi books, I'm probably going to sell them all. Just because I don't give a fuck about sci-fi. A Mile Beyond the Moon, C.M. Kornbluth. These stories have helped to set the highest standards of modern science fiction. Luckily for me, I don't give a frick about that. The Well of the Worlds, Henry Kuttner. A superpower threatened the universe. It's a nice vintage volume. Covers are a bit creased, but we shall take it. Jack Vance, The Killing Machine, The Star King, the author of The Star King. I don't remember this one, checking this one, but I believe all these ones I got were worth some money. Brian A. W. Aldous Athwix. I got it mainly because of the mouths that are disgusting. This guy's running through a fucking canyon of mouths. J.G. Ballard, The Voices of Chime and Other Stories. Another book I'm going to sell. Cool old mass market. Can't beat it, bruv. This one I'll probably keep. The Autobiography of William Butler Yeats. Just because Jeffers and his wife, Una, of whom I have a pretty good collection of their books, but mainly Jeffers, because Robinson, because E was the writer and she was just his wife. The Autobiography of William Butler Yeats. Pandora's Box, The Changing Aspects of a Mythical Symbol. Pandora's Box, which was neither a box nor Pandora's, is as familiar an item in our humanistic legacy as Nero's fiddle or Diogenes' lantern. To trace the ramifications of the literary and artistic exploitations of the symbol from Hesiod's classic account onwards is to achieve a capsule history of Western religious belief, an artistic taste, and of the migration of ideas. I agree. Good and Evil by Martin Buber. Martin Buber's contribution to religious philosophy has been one of the most deeply influential of our generation. Hello, Buber. Good and Evil is typical Buber, often beautiful. All who read it will find facets of the problem illumined with rare insight. Houston Smith. Now we get to the hardcovers, bruv. Ruth Visits Margot by Keach. And this one I bought not because of the title, but because of this. Free Public Library of Needham, Mass. Ex Libris plate. There's also this. I don't know what years they are. 51, 49, 40. Yeah. I like, oh, what's this? Can't read it, buddy. What's it say? It's too faded to read it. August 1937, whatever it is. I don't believe there's anything of value in here that I saw. Lithographs or anything. That's pretty cool, I guess. 1934. Albert Whitman. There was a story about Detroit, which sealed the deal for me. Where the fuck is it? I used to think it was in this book. God damn page, don't stick together. It's gonna have to. It's not gonna come apart, bruv. I don't think there is this page. I'm looking. This fucker ain't got no extra page. 197. No. There's no extra page, bruv. Maybe it's on there. But there was a story about Detroit. Anyway. What's this? Scott 45, Count Robert of Paris. One volume only. Etchings, $55. Good luck getting it, bro. There's Count Robert. There's Mount Cobbett. Is this Sir Walter Scott? Edition D Grand Deluxe, Boston. Estes and Laureate. Copy number 487 of 500. Copyright 1892. Count Robert of Paris. I don't know why these books back then. I'm sure there's a legitimate reason why they're... Probably because it was too expensive to replate it. But why the margins are so big. The Rise and Fall of a Regency Dandy, The Life and Times of Scrope Birdmore Davies. Banks unearths works of Byron Shelley. Scrope Birdmore Davies, descendant of generations of sober English clergymen, was a dashing 19th century dandy of epic proportion. King's Scholar at Eton, Fellow of King's College, Cambridge, imbiber, duelist, crack tennis player, and accomplished swimmer and boxer, womanizer, ornament at aristocratic house parties, witty conversationalist, and close friend of Lord Byron and his circle. Davies was also a compulsive gambler, which proved fortunate for posterity. I just like the cover mostly, and the fact that he's a dandy. Looking backwards, 2000 to 1887. I'm not sure what this means, but look at that. Bookseller. Sick, London, Ontario. I mean, that thing is small. I mean, small. M.D. Campbell, 200 John Street, London. Birthday present, 1911, from Flossie. The author of Looking Backward. To put forth our strength in you. Great poet's lines express Edward Bellamy's aim in writing his famous book. The aim would realize in our country's daily being the great declaration that gave us national existence. There's that little bookmark. Yeah, it was in one of these books. She's a beauty, bruv. Plan on selling this book. I think it has some value. It is after you have mustered your industrial army into service, I said, that I should expect the chief difficulty to arise. For there its analogy with the military army must cease. Right you are, bruv. Here we go with Point Counterpoint by Aldous Huxley. Appears to be a first edition, though, and I'm not sure that really means anything, since it has no jacket. Never read Point Counterpoint, because most of his books are boring as fuck, except for After Many a Summer Dies the Swan, which I found to be great. Very good. Mrs. Grundy by Leo Martin, Marklin. This too has something in it. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, this. Zeitland Books. Something Los Angeles. 367, does that say? Or is it 567? It says 567. Can't read it, bruv. That says 3. No. It's got to be a 5. Can't see where the wing is on the. It's either a 5 or a 3. Los Angeles. Yeah, I bought a book just for that. Let Us Pray, a cartoon by Thomas Nast and the Tweed Ring. I don't know what this book's about. Jesus. Illustration by Aubrey Beardsley for Oscar Wilde's Salome, 1893. The Stomach Dance, reproduced by permission. What does this book even mean? Bacchus and his revelers. Let's see about Mrs. Grundy. A history of 4 centuries of morals intended to illuminate present problems in Great Britain and the United States. Ugly people. Except for the dude with the tail, he's pretty special. Wow. Did not expect that. I thought it was just a pulp novel. This one seems to be worth money. Blithedale Romance by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I don't know what year it is, but seemed to be selling well on eBay. Do you wish me? Shakespearean Tragedy by H.B. Charlton. There's another book. Seller book. Sticker. The Expectant Explication on Shakespeare from 1949. People minus X. I assume that's an equation. Minus the peoples. Property of the U.S. Air Force Library Depot. This I thought was interesting because the story set in the future is about an amazing scientific achievement with a small fatal flaw. The achievement is one that many people have passionately wished for, a process that restores life and wholeness to innocent victims of disaster. No, I thought it was kind of about aliens or something, and hence why the U.S. Air Force would own it. Still quite curious that they owned it. The Daredevil by Maria Thompson Davies with 2 S's. From Mother, 05. Glenn, his 35th birthday. March, whatever the fuck that says. March the 18th, 1924. Nearly 100 years old, bruv. Cute. 1916. Supposedly the year... Oh, this is the story that has about... Or the one that has a section about Detroit. Oh, man, this thing's dusty. Oh, man. That Mr. Slade of Detroit. A number of moments in the rapid passing of the next few months I have wondered what would have resulted. I think I'm making sure between very... I gotta go put chicken away, buddy. I forgot about that. Virginia, a play by Edna O'Brien. I bought this because it's worth some money. Whoa. Summer 1981. Saint something Antoine. Hopefully it's worth some money. It's only from 81. I thought it was older than that, like the 60s. Mr. Britling Sees It Through by H.G. Wells. This I thought was pretty cool. Book stamp from a guy from Ann Arbor, George War, bookseller and stationer. I think it's 1916 as well, which is the birthday of my house. Mr. Britling Sees It Through. Thought there might be something at the back too. Kind of stamp or something. Maybe I'm wrong. No, there was that. Printed 1917. Very good. $125. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. 20's more like it. And this is by What Makes My Heart to Thrill and Glow, the Mayfair Love Song. This is by Thackeray. William Makepeace Thackeray. The Chronicle of the Drum. Ballads and Poems by Thackeray. Here it says 82. 1892, I mean. Hey. I don't know. September 22nd, 1891. What's that say? H.A. Popper. Thackeray, anyway, was an artist. There's part of the spine. He's quite the artist, and he often illustrated his own books. Can't remember what made me be interested in Thackeray, but I've read a book by him, I believe. Anyway, that's all.